Good afternoon and thanks for tuning in. I'm Holly and you're watching Kalkine TV live from Sydney. This is the last show of the day, the last trade. Today the ASX 200 closed sharply lower, dropping over 200 points or 2.74% after setting a new 100-day high. The index has lost 2.06% for the past 5 days but sits 3.6% below its 52-week high. On the sectoral front, all 11 sectors entered lower, and the session's top sector, materials, was lower as well by 1.51%, but up 0.74% for the last 5 days. In terms of stocks, the best performer was Paladin Energy, up 2.1%, followed by AusNet Services and Rio Tinto. Other winners today include Oz Minerals and Unibail Rodamco Westfield. Then on the flip side, in the red zone, is Pinnacle Investments, which plummeted over 12%, of course the biggest laggard of the day. Other stocks that fell were Afterpay, Life 360, Imugene and Platinum Asset Management. Hum Group as well has entered into a non-binding ahead of the agreement with Latitude for the sale of Hum Consumer Finance for about $335 million. The execution of any binding agreement will be subject to satisfactory due diligence, acceptable documentation and board approvals. Today, Hum Group shares traded up by nearly 3%. And taking yesterday's course ahead, tech shares in the ASX benchmark traded 6% lower today. This decline is perhaps the biggest one-day fall since February last year, and it follows a global rethink about tech company valuations after the Federal Reserve December meeting minutes suggested possibly a quick pace of interest rate increases. And South32 has decided to participate in a restart of its Aloma aluminium smelter, together with its joint venture partner Alcoa Corp. First production is expected in the June 2022 quarter. And with the smelter benefiting from existing infrastructure, access to its own supply of alumina and long-term green energy sources, South32 expects the investment to deliver strong returns through the cycle. And Evolution Mining as well has completed the acquisition of full ownership for the Ernest Henry copper gold mine in Queensland. The acquisition was via an agreement to acquire 100% stake of the shares in Ernest Henry Mining from Glencore. Evolution has paid the company $800 million from the available cash on hand, with the remaining $200 million due and payable on the 6th of January 2023. Shares traded in the red zone today. And meanwhile, General Insurer Australia Corp has finalised its catastrophe reinsurance program for the 2022 calendar year, maintaining its gross reinsurance protection cover up to $10 billion, the same level as 2021. The cost of the program has increased by mid-single digits in line with the assumptions incorporated into IAG's internal planning processes. And now, before we move on to other trading updates, it's time for a short break.
Hi, I'm Sage, and get ready to take the crypto ride with me on Kalkine TV. Watch the Crypto Buzz every Tuesday and join the excitement at Kalkine TV. From Bitcoins to NFTs to Dogecoin and DeFi, we have updates about everything around these digital currencies. Understand the investing rationale and the risks involved in the space with me, Sage, on Crypto Buzz. Keep watching Kalkine TV.
Welcome back to the last trade on Kalkine TV. Concerns persist about the Omicron variant's threat to global growth and company earnings. Investors are assessing the Fed's hints that the strengthening of the economy and higher inflation could lead to an earlier and faster rate of increase than expected, with some also favouring moves to shrink the balance sheet soon after. Globally, stocks in Asia dropped today after a sell-off in US tech shares and treasuries accelerated following the Fed's hints. Japan's Topix index fell 1% and South Korea's Kospi lost 0.6% as well, while the Hang Seng index was little changed and Shanghai Composite fell 0.4%. Overnight, stocks closed lower on Wall Street as the S&P 500, Dow Jones Industrial Average and Nasdaq all fell. Then the drops in major tech stocks were the biggest weight on the market. In the crypto sphere, prices today slumped with Bitcoin declining below $44,000, its lowest since December flash crash, trading nearly 7% below 43,000. Bitcoin's market dominance has continued to sink and is currently at its lowest level in years. Following the trend, Ethereum tumbled 6%, Cardano dipped 6% as well, and Avalanche tumbled 7%. Well, that is a wrap for today on The Last Trade, but I hope you found the market closing commentary informative. We'll be back for more tomorrow, only on Kalkine TV. This is Holly Shields signing off.